You've come a long way, Milwaukee. One look at our community will show you that good things have been happening here. From downtown development to neighborhood revitalization, the efforts are everywhere. The Steamkey Theater, for example, here in the Milwaukee Center at the Theater District, was constructed with funds provided by the Milwaukee Foundation, and the progress continues. But there is much more to be done. Problems remain, big problems. Our rates of crime, drug abuse, teenage pregnancy, and illiteracy are unacceptable. Unemployment among blacks and Hispanics is much too high and is a leading cause of many of the city's social problems. Too many are homeless in Milwaukee. Too many are hungry. The arts, which brighten our lives and help make Milwaukee a first-class city, are constantly operating at the financial edge. Government does what it can, but the needs are greater than the tax base can support. That's why philanthropy must play an ever-increasing role in our community. More and more, individuals and private foundations are turning to the Milwaukee Foundation to manage their funds and to channel the proceeds where they'll benefit the community most.
The Milwaukee Foundation is now more than 75 years old. During that time, beginning with Patrick Cudahy, who created 2 permanent funds in the foundation in 1915, scores of individuals, families, corporations, private foundations have entrusted charitable assets to the foundation's care, thus maintaining for the original donors of the past a charitable presence in the Milwaukee of today and a presence in the Milwaukee of the future. Several hundred permanent funds have been established in this way, and they fall into several categories. Some are unrestricted, leaving up to the judgment of the Milwaukee Foundation Board. They're used to meet the needs of the community that are important at that particular time. Others have been established to serve broad fields of interest, such as the welfare of children, funds serving the arts, programs serving the elderly. A number of funds have been designated to support specific agencies and institutions in the community. And in some cases, the donors have reserved the right during their lifetimes to make recommendations to the Milwaukee Foundation Board. Those donor-advised funds give the donor the capacity to help guide the Milwaukee Foundation Board in the use of these funds during their lifetime. But all funds in the foundation, from the largest to the smallest, benefit from the efficiencies and economies of scale, from the highly professional staff, and from the guidance of the Milwaukee Foundation Board in a manner which is only to be expected in a large enterprise such as this one.
Putting those gifts to work for the betterment of the community, that's where the Milwaukee Foundation excels.
Well, it's a tremendous resource for doing good in the community, and it allows the people who care a great deal about the community to get very expert advice and expert help in seeing that money is used well. That's for the people that are alive, and of course, much of the money that we have are from donors who are no longer alive, so it allows them to have a continued presence in the community and to continue to do good.
Doing good, it's what we all want. But how do we define good? Some answers to that question are obvious. The arts, for example. And that includes arts groups that go well beyond the traditional. Milwaukee Foundation grants to healthcare include special programs and equipment in area hospitals. And some of today's most critical problems, alcohol and drug abuse, teen pregnancy, domestic violence, AIDS, and the special problems of the elderly. Supporting education is good, whether it's the outstanding colleges in the greater Milwaukee area, or developing Milwaukee's leaders of tomorrow, or the effort to find something new in education to help youngsters break the cycle of poverty they're born into. Supporting research is good, especially when it allows scientists to go where their discoveries take them. Internationally renowned scientist Ken Nielsen is conducting research in marine biology at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee's Center for Great Lakes Studies, funded in part by the Milwaukee Foundation.
The funding agencies, like the National Science Foundation and Public Health Service, tend to fund sure things. They'll fund a project that you can be sure is going to work. If the Milwaukee Foundation gives you some uncommitted money, you can try new things. And often it's those new things that are the essence of real progress in science and the help for the future.
Two exciting new initiatives of the Milwaukee Foundation are drawing together a number of community and neighborhood residents on the near north and south sides to identify ways to improve the lives of families and children in Milwaukee's inner city.
I think another thing the Milwaukee Foundation does for us is provide an awareness of opportunities. I think we all realize that the community needs change over the years. What we're familiar with right now may not be the thing that's most needed in the community down the line.
Finding ways to do good in the community is one function of the Milwaukee Foundation. Managing $100 million is another.
So from an investment point of view, the foundation, with its cooperation with the three largest banks, is able to assure a dependable income from the invested money, and without speculation, we know it's going to be there and grow.
The Milwaukee Foundation is money, sure, but more than that, it's people. With a board of directors representing the community and a staff that's out seeing the problems and discussing them with the people who have to solve them, the Milwaukee Foundation has the pulse of the community.
I would say that I think that what you'd be most concerned about is my money going to be put to good use, which that would be what I would be most concerned about. And the Milwaukee Foundation, from our point of view, knows what's going on in the community. Their people are out there, they have contacts with community organizations, they aren't just there reviewing proposals.
Oh, absolutely. I'm continually amazed at the wealth of information that I learned from the different officers and associates of the Milwaukee Foundation.
The Milwaukee Foundation, a $100 million endowment and growing, investing and granting the earnings from gifts and bequests where they will do the most good. Jean and Bob Holtz left Milwaukee, but their hearts are still here.
Not having children, we had thought a great deal about how to use our assets that were really carefully worked with over a long, successful career. And it seemed to be the Milwaukee Foundation.
Is the Milwaukee Foundation for you? If you want your gift conservatively managed for both growth and income, if you want the proceeds from your gift put to the best use in the greater Milwaukee area, then talk with the Milwaukee Foundation. There's so much more to be done.